This is protection for your tablet by Poetic. Okay, so we have a Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, and it's time to accessorize that because Poetic have sent over something to accessorize it with. So this is, has already been opened, it would appear, the Poetic Explorer. This retails for about, I can see it on the American website at $26. I'm not sure how much it is in the UK, but it probably works out about 20 quid. There isn't one on Amazon just yet, but I imagine it'll be coming back in fairly soon. It's designed in the US and made in China, as the box does proclaim. So it's a good looking tablet cover. I've had some Poetic ones in the past and they've been of very high quality, so I was very happy when Poetic suggested they would send this over for me to have a look at. Must be a return of some description or someone's ordered it in error. This features a 360-degree triple layer of protection. Took it back a bit there so that we get the whole thing in because I can't quite see my LCD from where I'm sitting right now. There's a magnetic grip that comes around here and holds your tablet in place. We have all kinds of rubberized feet and things like that to keep you from damaging your device on the go. Bit of foam there. So we have drop protection here. It actually has advertised inside the unit. There's no actual covering that goes over it. However, I believe this comes out. Maybe it doesn't. There we go. It does come out. I want to rip it apart. And that's a frame that holds your device in place. Then you obviously provide your own screen protector as well, which is a decent idea. So we take the tablet and put it in here, and it fits in there quite snugly. And then we take this bit. Obviously there's a cutout up here for the camera. Or do we do it the other way around? We might have to put the tablet in that bit and then place this in here. Okay, I think that's pretty much us in business. I suppose on the one hand that wasn't the easiest thing to put in there. It wasn't particularly taxing in any way, but I do feel that my tablet is quite safe inside this. The screen protector would be nice. And we have a cutout here. There must be a sensor over there that I wasn't aware of. But yes, that's how it fits in there. And then we can set it, sit in this ridge here and prop itself up. That a bit may get in the way, which might prove to be a bit annoying, but I guess it's one of those things you have to put up with. So firing that round there, obviously we have a hole here for the S Pen to click into, and then that helps keep it in place as well. Fairly nice. Camera cutout here, and then across here there are a few marks and things, so that obviously this has been returned, which I'm fine with. It feels like a bit of a, it's not snake skin because it's maybe it is more like a snake skin kind of grip. You do get a good grip on this. I'm not going to drop this too easily. It's not going to slip out of the hand in any way. If it had been this stuff all over it, then that is kind of smooth, and you would probably drop that more likely. There's a couple of Sheridans there, if you like. Yeah, there's a lot to like on this. It's a hard wearing cover. It's going to protect. It's going to It's going to take some bashes if you drop it, and I do believe that the the tablet will be okay inside. We have some holes here for the speakers to put out its noise. We have a USB Type-C connector here for USB Type-C cables. Around here we obviously have what is essentially the hinge, and what is essentially the hinge. Now I keep looking at this thinking it's loose or needs glued in, but I'm just figuring that's part of the hinge, isn't it? It obviously opens up like that. Yeah, right. I was a bit concerned there that the backing was coming out of it. The glue was coming away, but it's not. It's part of the design. Yeah, gotcha. And that's the fold there to fold back on. These feet are really useful. I'm quite impressed that it's not just lying on this, so that'll keep this cleaner because you've got feet to set it on. That's nice. I like that, and it's not too intrusive either. There's a good it's a good bit less wide than some of the other tablet cases that you have. We have the power button here. That is clicky. And then the volume rocker there as well, that's clicky too. And that sits around, so it holds your stylus in place. But even whenever you take that out, the stylus does take a bit of prizing to get out, which I want. And the magnet will help keep things in place. Yeah, that's tripling down on not losing the stylus. Magnet, clamps, and the cover here as well. So there's quite a bit to get through to get the stylus out, but it's not inhibited. It's not in. It's easy to get at. So obviously fold that round the back and use it thusly, which is all right. There's quite a bit to hold on to. The plastic here does add to the bezel, which is grand. I do think that the bezel on the actual tablet itself is really quite narrow. It gets a bit sore holding the tablet because you're kind of keeping your thumb way over, so you're not putting your thumb right in the middle of the screen. And I've noticed hand cramps, or at least just a bit of a sore hand after a while of holding this like that. This extends the bezel, but not too much, which is good. And being able to set it like that is useful for on a trip. There only seems to be that one place that you can put it, which is a bit annoying other than lying it down flat. If you try and put it here, it slides, so you're stuck with that one area. So they do say that it has an infinite viewing angle, and I'm thinking that perhaps after a while you'll eventually get it that it maybe sticks, but I can see that it's actually scored a wee bit there. It's marked because it keeps sliding down. But I'm alright with that, especially where you're going to be using it on a desk or with a keyboard or whatever. That's absolutely fine for me. I'm perfect. And then there's, well, I don't know, you'd be able to set it up that way or use it that way around. It doesn't seem to advertise in the materials that you can put it at a lower angle as well. But I guess you work out a way if the maximum amount of protection is what you need, because that's what this seems to offer. Aside from not having a screen protector on it, which some of them I've had in the past have had a bit of transparent plastic in here over the screen that hasn't been as responsive as you'd like for the screen. You have the option of putting whatever you want on here, and that, I suppose, keeps the price a good bit lower. Of all the Poetic cases on their website, I'm glad they sent me this one to look at, because this is easily the most interesting and the best looking of the bunch. And I do think for the money, this is actually a really good option if you're not looking to spend the huge amount of money that you're seeing Samsung asking for a case. There are a number of different options out there. This, sitting at around about £20, is really quite good. I'm quite happy with this, and I will use it as my sort of extreme case for if I am going somewhere very important, whereas around the house I'll use the book cover because it's better for just domestic things. This is grand for leaving the house, although I suppose it is a wee bit fiddly to put the tablet in, but at least that way you know you're protected. If this drops, it'll likely survive. How strong is the magnet here? It is. It's not the strongest, but it's fairly strong. It's not. It might pop off if it were to fall. It could come away quite easily. But it's still there. It's still protecting the tablet, and I quite like it. There's links down below to Poetic's website, where you can pick one up if you're not looking to spend a huge amount of money on a tablet case and you just need that extra level of protection. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments box down below. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Remember to tune in to the Tech Addicts podcast on a Sunday afternoon, and indeed to Inspect Your Gadget on TalkSport on a Wednesday morning at midnight. And other than that, take care.